what do you want to see more of from the UK country scene? What do you think?
Remember Monday. Sorry.
I am so excited for the guests that we have today. Remember Monday. Welcome to Girls in Low Places. Hello. We met at Highways briefly on the weekend, which was amazing. And then you were like, this is going to be our first podcast. Is it a different experience? Are you liking it?
Yeah, it feels very, very relaxed. We're very used to interviews and we, have
set things that we say every time.
Because we're asked the same thing all the time. Yeah. So we just know our answers. We know who takes the answers. So this will be really, really different. We have Prosecco as well, which never happens in interviews.
What is the most annoying interview question that you get asked?
There's lots that I don't know how to answer. I'm not good at speaking normally. I feel like today, because I've got a Prosecco, I'll be like, wait. But normally I'm really bad at speaking. So sometimes I'll be like, Charlotte, what do you think about this? And I just go and look at these two with the blankest face and then they'll answer.
I feel like in a girl band, that must be a really good thing as an artist. You can just kind of...
We honestly say this all the time. The thought of doing the things that we do as a three, as an individual...
makes us feel violently unwell.
There are so many things recently as well where we've gone, thank God we have each other. Yeah. Thank God we're not a solo artist doing that by ourselves.
So how did you guys meet?
So we met back at sixth form college. We went to Farnborough sixth form together and that was 12 years ago now.
We've been saying 12 years for a few years.
And we were basically in the same performing arts class at sixth form. These two were singing together one day in a room during a free period. And I was like, they sound really nice, and knocked on the door.
Give us your best 8 bars. Year 1 of sixth form, we were all terrified of each other. And the 3 of us were in different performing arts classes.
And the singer of each class, basically.
I often find that friends-wise, often the person who is your nemesis is often then actually very close to being your best mate. And it often flips. It can flip either way.
Well, when you come from school and you're the singer of your school... And you have that energy, you're like, oh, I'm the singer, but all 3 of us were the singers of our individual schools. So when we all joined Farnborough, it was kind of like, sorry, there's another singer. And everyone would be like, oh my God, have you heard Charlotte sing? Or have you heard Lauren sing? Or have you heard Holly sing? And we'd all be like, no. What's she like?
My whole class got taken in to watch Holly do a song because my performing arts teacher was like, you've got to hear this girl. So we got bought in to watch Holly sing. And I honestly was sat there go on then. And then she was so good. And I was like, oh God, what do we do? And then we became best friends and here we are years later.
So then you used to have free periods on a Monday and that's how the name of the band came around?
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly it. We literally would sit in a classroom in our free periods and then it would become time for class and our teacher would come and knock on the door and be like, girls, are you coming to, your actual class? And we'd be like, no, Jenny, we're going to stay here.
Yeah, not today. We've got rehearsals.
I remember one day we were singing Milkshake, my milkshake brings other boys to the yard in harmony, a really beautiful version of it.
Moving, so moving.
And Jenny knocks on the door and she's like, girls, are you coming in? We're like, no, Jenny, we're singing Milkshake.
So you'd say to each other, oh, remember Monday. Remember Monday. We're going to rehearse. Remember Monday. Who is the most likely to actually forget about Monday?
Lauren. No questions. Lauren.
For someone so creative and talented and smart, she actually it's scary how much she forgets everything.
I am. My brain is a sieve. It's mashed potatoes in there. It is a bit scary. It's called ADHD.
Yeah. Producer Ozzy is also an ADHD girly. So we get it. But at least the band name keeps telling you to remember.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
Even then after college, we would, for some reason, all of our kind of individual careers, it still always worked out that Monday was our kind of day of the week that we could always get together. It was so lovely. The universe was really helping us out. It was pushing us together on a Monday.
Do you still write on a Monday? I was going to say it's Tuesday today. What did you write yesterday? Go on, get on with it. So you have just recently gone full time into the music. Tell me about that leap, how are you feeling?
I think Charlotte and I had really locked in that we were happy to go full time, but Lauren was a little bit harder to just you were very up and down with it. And I was saying to Charlotte, I was like, BST is going to be the moment that Lauren goes 100%, we've got to do this. 'Cause it was just amazing. I mean, I don't know. Do we go for the whole story with BSTs?
No, hang on. Go back a second. We were in a trailer, okay? So there's like a artist village at BST.
They put everyone in this village. Like, there's no separation. We're in with the big boys.
Each trailer has like 2 compartments. So it says Remember Monday on our side, and then there's a blank one next to us, and we're just like, oh, it's free. And then loads more throughout.
So we were sharing a wall with what we thought was an empty trailer,
Yeah, we're like singing, warming up, doing all the
having a wee in the toilet.
with a paper thin wall here, and we just think no one's behind it.
Little do we know, out comes.
My husband.
We met Joe Jonas.
Guys, I can't even think about it. Like, I was
Unwell.
through and through a Camp Rock Disney Channel girl, okay? My whole childhood and teenage years was the Jonas Brothers, Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus. Like, I was one of those girls.
Demi's probably the reason you sing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So when this man walks out of his trailer,
What did you do?
She fell to the floor,
I laid to rest.
completely dropped.
And I was like, I haven't planned for this. Like, I've never in my life freaked out about a celebrity. Like, we've met some really, really cool, crazy people. And this wasn't supposed to happen. You didn't tell me you were coming, Joe. But I would have happily lived life knowing I'd never met him and just knowing he was walking around. Because I just can't. Like, I can never be that person that's like, I'm so sorry, please may I have a photo? Like, no one will make me do that. So Lauren, literally, he's about to walk back into his trailer.
Joe, buddy, before you go.
It was absolutely lovely. We got a lovely picture. Oh yeah.
Holly had it as her screensaver for a long time. She is a married woman, but Joe.
Your hall pass.
Is this the cropped one where you've cropped us out? We were also in that photo.
And then you remained having that as your screensaver for a long time afterwards.
So by the time I come back over with Joe Jonas, she turns around, she went,
Hey, mate.
hey, mate. And like sunglasses on. I was like, no, I've just built you up as like his fan. Like you could at least be like, Joe, it's so lovely to meet you. But hey, mate, how you doing?
Good luck for your set. We just finished ours.
At the moment that she fell on the floor, Natasha Bedingfield walks past and we're like, oh, it's you next. Don't worry, Natasha.
We're coming for you in a moment.
You sang Unwritten on Saturday. Oh, God, it was such a nice version. Loved it. So Highways was super fun. Did you meet Brett Young? Speaking of meeting.
Well.
Right. Because we did. And I was so surprised. He's so tall. Very handsome.
We were stood opposite, like in like a big semicircle, and he stood over here. Holly is like slightly in front of me, and we're really close, like listening to the talking. And he is just staring, like literally like this, okay? And Holly turns around to me and goes, oh my God, Brett Young is staring like deep into my eyes. And I was like, no, babe, you're wrong. It's me. And we were like...
To be honest with you, I don't think he was staring at anyone. I think he was just like gazing into space. And it just happened to be.
I crushed the dream. Literally, we're both like elbowing each other like, move. It's definitely me.
I think he is married. But he said something to me that I was like, oh, he's got a little spice. Because I was like, when we met him, I was like, Brett, in case you didn't know, because I thought that was hilarious. Brett, in case you didn't know, we have a podcast called Girls in Low Places. And he just turns to me and goes, there are so many places you could take that. And I was like, Daddy, I will be a girl in a low place for you. Speaking of famous people, who is the most famous person you have in your contacts?
Jennifer Hudson.
You girls were coached by Jennifer Hudson on The Voice. Tell me about that. What was that like?
Can't tell you how amazing she is, like as a person. She definitely took like a liking to us, didn't she?
Yeah.
But she's...
We were so thinking that it was going to be a very much on-camera kind of relationship, weren't we? We assumed that was how it would be with all of those shows. But she really did, like, drastically insert herself into our lives in the best way. It was bizarre. And we have obviously so much to thank her for, you know, her kind of, even stuff that she probably, you know, I don't think we were even technically supposed to tell people this, but, you know, she funded one of our music videos and she didn't tell anyone. She didn't, you know, we were like, can we put you as an executive producer? And she was like, no, I just want you to, you know, get your music out there. Like, she's so supportive.
So kind. And then her having us on her show was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
we'll never experience anything like that.
Wildest 48 hours of our life.
So you went out to LA, I'm assuming?
So we messaged saying that we were going to Nashville, didn't we? That's kind of how it came up.
We were just basically seeing if she was in the area.
Want to stop for a coffee?
A 5-hour flight away from her.
Yeah, like, look, we can come to you. Yeah. Because we've been trying to kind of meet a few times. Like, she was in London and we were hoping to see her, and just her schedule is obviously just so ridiculous. So we said, look, we're in your part of the pond. Like, if there's anyone we can meet or anything that...
If there's anyone you know in Nashville, like anything like that, to like the night before we leave... This was like, I had not packed. I'm lastminute.com. I'm like, put a pair of pants in the bag. That's all I've done so far. We hear, oh, okay, we've got to cancel one of your gigs in Nashville. And we were like, what? Like, why? That's rubbish. And they were like, because you're flying, they're basically the Jennifer Hudson show is flying you to LA and you're performing on the Jennifer Hudson show. And we're all sat there like cross-legged on the floor with like a heatless curler in our hair, like, sorry, what?
Because we had an arrangement or anything for what we were going to do on the show. And it was like, kind of just like, right, girls, like, get your original music out, like, really speak about all the things that you're doing and what you want to achieve. I'm talking about Bake Off. I've never seen the show. I've never seen Bake Off. I start talking about Bake Off. We start saying words we've never said in our lives. We didn't speak about anything we've done in our careers.
You went like quite like, hello, I'm just from England. She's one of the idols that, you know, you sort of like, do you want to meet your idols? Do you want to meet your heroes? And it's so good to hear that you guys are just like, she's amazing. She's as amazing as she is. So you said you're in Nashville. I know you guys are going back to Nashville. Tell me about that.
We're so freaking excited. We have a bucket list of like things that we, you know, really wanted to achieve this year. And we're always feeling like we're adding to it and not taking much off. But actually on our bucket list was play CMA Fest. And so we're doing it, which is really, really, really cool. So we're going out. When do we go? The 4th of June. And we're out there for a couple of weeks. And we're playing, CMA Fest and a couple of other little gigs out while we're out there. And then we're just going to write with a load of people, hopefully record some new stuff. And yeah, we honestly, when we went for the first time last October, and I've never been more devastated to return to the UK. We want to move there.
I mean, I had my hen do there, came back, cancelled the wedding. That was how good Nashville was. That is so funny. Like, that is how good Nashville was. So I feel you guys. And not to be a stalker, but I am going to be coming to the festival.
Yay! Oh my gosh, we've got to go for drinks. We have to go for drinks.
I feel like we might cause some chaos together, actually. So yeah.
Listen, Charlotte on a night out is a different breed. It's wonderful.
There is something that just comes over me, like when I'm allowed to let loose.
She's in a cage normally, and we unleash her once a month. We're playing the Spotlight stage in the fanfare on the Friday.
Have you seen the lineup for it? It's absolutely sickening.
It's insane. Like,
yeah, it made me feel very sad about how sporadic we see acts over here. Like, in comparison, like they're all there. Every single one is all there.
It's wild.
Who is your favourite country artist right now?
Mine is always Sam Hunt. Gosh, I love him so much. I think he's just phenomenal. I do still think Montevallo is my favourite album ever, but he's just so good. But girl-wise...
Maren Morris, we have an absolute obsession and love
we
for.
We all love Maren.
So I would probably say mine is Maren Morris. Yeah. But I am loving what Post Malone is up to.
It does feel like everyone's dipping a toe in the country genre.
Yeah. Did you see Lana Del Rey was duetting with Megan Maroney?
Dua Lipa! And Chris Stapleton.
Cross-pollinates it and it's great.
We feel like it hopefully is really helpful that people are doing that, like dipping their toe in the country genre, because hopefully, you know, it becomes more mainstream in the UK and then that will only benefit us.
Yeah. So you guys trained in musical theatre. What do you think are the parallels between musical theatre and country music? Because I think there's loads.
Yeah. Storytelling, big time, right? Like
storytelling.
Any single country song I think could be put in a musical, easy peasy.
Yeah. I think there needs to be more country music musicals.
Yes. Hey, did you see that Taylor Swift has copyrighted the title, or she's like applied for Female Rage the Musical. She's like applied for the copyright. I literally saw it and I was like,
I was going to ask you what is, because I kind of like knew that you were kind of a Swiftie. I've heard that you're kind of a Swiftie. Yeah. Okay. So
that's my Joe Jonas. She's a hallway. You know, Joe Jonas is your hall pass.
not a hallway. She's a bloody hallway. Wait, so are you shagging Taylor Swift?
Oh yeah, that's the rumor on the streets.
That is it. There's the clickbait for you.
Yeah. I'm assuming you're going to see her in London. So what do you want the secret song to be?
I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, you
Holly.
do, Holly.
Holly.
So you know exactly like her set basically, and then she does surprises.
I like the surprise when she did the Sabrina Carpenter thing because the weather was bad, so Sabrina Carpenter didn't get to play. So she brought Sabrina Carpenter out.
Oh, that was lovely, and they sang White Horse.
Yeah, I loved
was
that. I
beautiful.
really loved that.
And they're screaming and fighting and kissing in the rain. And that would be mine. Where I Loved You. Yeah, brilliant song.
Okay, so Laugh About It,
Oh yeah.
which I think you're going to perform at the end of the show. Can you tell us a bit about the concept of the song and how you guys wrote it?
Oh yeah.
We were in Nashville and we were chatting, like it was actually, I think we actually started writing this, the three of us, the night before we had a co-write session planned for the following day, but we were chatting about, you know, our exes or people that we maybe would wish not like death upon, like they're still a nice person, but you just want them to suffer mildly forever, you know? It was that kind of vibe, and we were like, what other things could we wish on that kind of person other than like stubbing their toe every time they try and find the light switch, or like spilling wine down their favorite shirt, or
It was so funny. Like we literally just sat there listing the most rogue, niche ways that would annoy someone throughout their daily life.
But we found it so funny
It
as
was
well. We
so
sat there just
funny.
like wetting ourselves laughing.
So is it about anyone's ex in particular, or
The
is
thing
it?
is, it can be about a boss or, you know, any enemy that you just want to, like, imagine if like they were a puppet and you could just make them do silly things that would annoy them throughout their day.
But it does obviously apply well to the ex position.
Yeah.
Whose ex would you say you've all written the most songs about? Or who's got the most problematic exes?
I don't have any.
I don't have any.
I've got plenty.
Sorry, who are these angelic women? Pure baby angels.
I'm getting sick of it.
You're taking it for the team.
Every single time I go through something, they're like, just put it in the album. like just write it in the book.
But also, I feel like we're so close that if like one of us is feeling something about someone, we all feel that. Do you know what I mean? So like we will very much like add in what we're thinking, even if it's fully like imagining I'm Lauren vibe.
So have you girls both been with your partners for a really long time?
I have. I've been with mine for like 12 years now. We met very young.
And I've been with mine for 3. I did not really believe in relationships.
Believe in men? I still don't believe in men.
I just was very, very happy single, you know? It was that vibe. So
She was with Charlie, her partner, for about a year and a half before she even like mentioned him to us. We were like,
Who is this man? She's like, no one.
yeah, he's good.
they're really good spots at finding men, as am I.
I just think next time, like, maybe we should get involved. Yeah.
We didn't end on good terms, but I don't wanna watch your world burn. I wouldn't use a word as strong as hate, but I hope they cancel trains when you're running late. I could've lost all control, but I just hope that all your teas go cold. Shrink your dreams so they're too tight, get stuck at every red light. I don't want you again, I just wanna drive you insane. My back hit your knife, but I'll only low-key ruin your life. I know you're not that bad a guy, I still hope you're haunted by the most inconvenient shit, hey, so I can laugh about it. So I can laugh about it. I'd sleep a little better at night if I knew you weren't doing alright. You think I'm sounding too petty, should've thought about that before you left me. My heart is empty like a bottle of gin, and the space in the bed that you used to be in. So it only makes sense that I want your life to be just a little unhappy. I don't want you again, I just wanna drive you insane. My back hit your knife, but I'll only low-key ruin your life. I know you're not that bad a guy, I still hope you're haunted by the most inconvenient shit, hey, so I can laugh about it. So I can laugh about it. I hope your pen runs out of ink and you drain your battery. There's a really loud noise every time you try to sleep. Your credit card declines, you get stuck in long lines, and somebody hits your car, but you come out alright. You're intolerant to gluten, your clothes are always stupid, your Netflix always buffers, you can never get an Uber. Your hair is falling out and you get a paper cut. You bring a tent to bed, but you just can't get it up.
Is that too much?
I don't want you again, I just wanna drive you insane. My back hit your knife, but I'll only low-key ruin your life. I know you're not that bad a guy, I still hope you're haunted by the most inconvenient shit, hey, so I can laugh about it. You know I can laugh about it. So I can laugh about it. So I can laugh about it.
So how do you navigate like working together and then like staying so close?
We do have to schedule in friend days.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think the girls in low places, we were also talking about this because like guilt can kind of take over.
Oh God! And working with each other is completely different to being friends with each other. Like 100%. The friendship dates are essential for us because we do fight like sisters. We've known each other for such a long time. Like I absolutely love both of them more than my own family. But like, you know, I could kill them both at certain times.
That's mutual across the group. Yeah.
Me too, I could kill her.
Yeah.
But we are under so much pressure all the time. We're constantly in high pressured moments where we're snapping at each other and doing things that, you know, like that. So it's so vital that we have days where we take each other for lunch or we go for drinks. And Nashville was so good for that because we spent 2 weeks full with in each other's pockets, and not one moment were we even angry or annoyed or kind of pissed off at each other at all. And it just proves that we are friends first.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's not that common in a girl band.
And I think
No.
like it is hard because we are essentially running a business. Like that is what we do. And if you're with your colleagues, you have like disagreements and things, and we have to have that hat, but we also have to have like, we have to remember how we started. We were best friends. You know, we were Holly's bridesmaids. Like, we are so close.
And we'll
as friends.
be yours.
Yeah, quite right. Don't you worry. But it is.
She's not even acknowledging him on their wedding day. She's like, yeah, some guy, I've just got married.
I've just met him. I don't know. But yeah, it is that, you know, we have to remember
to not let it seep in.
Yeah. And just support each other and look after each other and listen to each other. There's so many things that we're learning. And also we've all been through some shit individually for the 12 years that we've been a band. And we have to always put our feelings first. You know, Lauren, as we said, has just gone through a freaking brutal breakup. The first thing we did was drive to her and had some wine and had some takeaway.
We literally said on the drive, like, no,
we will not
mention
speak about
of work,
business.
like nothing.
We will not speak
and
about
we're like
the band.
getting things through, like emails and stuff.
Doesn't exist.
Tomorrow problem.
That's a
It doesn't
tomorrow
exist.
thing. Yeah, we've got to do. Yeah,
It's girlhood. It's girlhood.
That is something that we love so much about being in this group, is getting to do it with our best friends, you know?
If you had one of your songs that you would say to people, listen to this on these 3 different scenarios, tell me which ones are which. So Girls' Night Out.
Girls' bathroom, girls' bathroom.
a new song.
Well, it's called What the Girls' Bathroom Is For. And yeah, it's essentially the story of when you're on nights out, the amazing stories and best friends that you make in the toilets.
When we were at college, like we would be on nights out in true nightclub in Camberley. When we were there, it was like sticky carpets, terrible place to be. But also we spent many a night out in there. And there are so many videos of us in the girls' bathroom in that club. So we have so many, that feels like it's that was like the foundation of our friendship. So it only felt right to write a song about it, you know? So we're super excited. That's coming out on June 14th.
What's the best song that you guys have for a little cry?
I would say Where to Start or Version of You, yeah.
Show face if you want to scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scream cry, ugly cry. If you could say something to your 18-year-old selves, what would it be?
Something that we've definitely found the more we've done this is that having the right team around you and the right people around you is so crucial. And that might not necessarily mean the person that can propel you to stardom immediately. It's more about the people that this industry can be extremely lonely. Thank God we're a trio already. But even then we find a lot of the time, you know, as an independent artist, you really kind of just, you do everything yourself. And so picking the people that are in your team that you feel like really believe you and have, you know, your best interests at heart and are just good, genuinely good people. That is
Vital.
What are some of the hardest things that you find you come up against as women in the music industry?
Oh my goodness. There's honestly so many things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of assumptions that people have of us before we've even like opened our mouths, which is really, really frustrating. We have this thing where we'll play a gig to a room that don't know us, and we often are judged before we've even, like I said, opened our mouths. And you can slowly see the audience like slowly coming round to liking who we are once we start singing and we start chatting. And that's always something that we really enjoy, is basically like very slowly winning people over. But there's a lot of things.
I think people thinking that, because obviously we're not super young by any stretch of the imagination, but I think people sometimes see girl bands and think, oh, like they're a bit young and silly, or like don't know their minds, or like things like that. I think we find
infuriating
because we are,
because actually we're silly geese. We're like, we have a laugh and we're, you know, stupid at certain things, but actually we have been doing this as a band for 12 years. We know exactly who we are, what message we want to give across, and you know even in terms of like our sound, like we're, you know, that's kind of growing the more we do the band, but we know the direction that we feel like we want to go in, and a lot of the time we are kind of talked down to about that, which can be really infuriating because no one's going to know you better than you. And
we've been told to like say less, smile more, wear certain things. Like we've honestly been told all of the stereotypical things by men in the past, which is where Nothing Nice to Say came from. Yeah, it's very, very, very annoying. And it's always older men.
yeah, it is. It is.
yeah,
Who are your female country music artist influences, and who would you love to collab with?
Maren Morris, Taylor Swift, Cam. Perry is a dream collab at the moment because she's UK. Like, I think that's one thing that we are really kind of finding frustrating, is there is such a huge audience in the UK that adore country music, and we are trying so hard to be that for them. But at all of these festivals, it's still so US heavy, and obviously they have paved the way and they are top of their game, and we are just weaselly little silly geese, and we are fans ourselves. But if we're gonna make any difference over here in the UK, I would just do anything to see some UK acts on main stages at these country festivals. The British summertime is called the British Summertime Festival. Come on.
The tea is hot.
what we do doesn't have to be for everyone. Like we can do something for a specific group of people, and that's okay. And if it's exactly what that group of people want to be listening to, or want to be seeing, or want to be, you know, hearing and kind of taking in, then that's great. Like so much of our music is about empowering other women, and we want to do that kind of across the board, like in our work and our career as a band. Like we don't just want it to be, you know, we speak about that in our music, but then don't work with female writers or female producers or female artists or whatever. Like, we're so passionate about that. And if that does piss some people off, then that's okay. Like, then it's just not for you, and that's fine. You it's that thing of, what is it? It's like, not everyone has to like you. You don't even like everyone. It's that thing, you know?
That quote's just blown my mind. I think as women, we're always contorting ourselves into what other people want us to be. And I think, especially in your 20s, that's quite a big thing, no matter what career you're in. To be in the music industry on top of that, I can't even imagine what it's been like growing up in the music industry and how the effect it might have had on you at times. And just, you know, as I was saying to you girls earlier, like, we sat down in front of the cameras the other day and was like, oh my God, I need this and this and this and this and this done. But, you know, it has an impact on you. And now with social media and stuff, it's all, you know, just evolving constantly. I know you girls are big on TikTok. And I love you girls on TikTok, like, cracking me up. But yeah, I think TikTok's an even newer space for musicians. Like, how do you guys find having to keep up with creating content and things like that? Do you like doing it, or is it something you feel you have to do? Like, where do you sit on that?
Yeah, we do really, really love it. I think we started our TikTok around the time that TikTok was slowly growing. So we feel like we've almost grown with it a little bit. We also do find it stressful to have to keep. I mean, we read so many things where we're like, how do you build your TikTok, or how do you build your fan base? And it's like, post 7 a day. It's like, what? Like, what in Lord's name do you want to see us do 7 times a day?
Yeah.
Every day? It's just exhausting. And we'll spend probably 3 hours on the most wonderful arrangement that we've spent so much time and effort on, and it will get 70,000 views. And then we'll sing about penises and it will get 10 million views. And that is TikTok.
Yeah. And it can be disheartening. Yeah. But also, I would watch a rhyming game about penises.
You can never have too many songs about penises. Your harmonies are like liquid gold. Like, they are just incredible. But is there ever a day where one of you're like, Jesus, she's having a Sarah Harding bum note?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
All the time.
What do you do? Do you kick each other? Do you signal?
Yeah, we kick each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick each other.
Punch each other in the head.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
We lock her in a cage for a while. We only let her out in Nashville.
No, that is honestly so common. The thing that I think probably one of the most often kind of tense situations that we're in is based on sound and the sound systems in different festivals and venues and things. We've done festivals that have been really, really high pressure, and it's a silly little line check and you have to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's how you'll know whether you're going to hear yourself or not. And if we can't hear ourselves, honestly, we will sound like death. Like, you could be the best singer in the world and nothing will save you. Yeah. And it causes a heck ton of tension before we go out, because we all just stood there going, we know this is going to be a train wreck and we have to just stand there and do it. And we're like, please, all 3 of us try so hard to check in and listen and do our best to not sound like we're about to die.
Because we're such perfectionists as well, aren't we?
Oh my God, we will sit there listening back and
ripping ourselves apart.
We will have done a gig and we'll come off stage going, smashed it. We smashed it. So proud of us. Listen back to videos. Charlotte, you're off there. Lauren, that's flat. Holly, that's really sharp. And we'll just rip. Absolutely rip.
We're really bad at like over-analysing in front of each other as well. So like, say...
Charlotte came off of Jennifer Hudson's show. We were on cloud 9 and she goes, I think I was off. And I'm like, you better freaking not have been, mate.
We've now got a rule where we're not allowed to, like, we can only come off positive, even if
the
it's
first thing we say has to be positive.
Has to be positive, because I always, even if I actually think most of the stuff's been amazing, I'll have done one thing in a set of an hour, terrible, and I'll come off and go, I'm so sorry, girls, I did that wrong.
Yeah.
Not that they're going to say anything.
We've probably forgotten all about it or didn't even notice.
And we've done 10 things worse.
Yeah, but it just doesn't need to be said sometimes. And I think we've been much better at that recently, I would say. Like, I mean,
we just need to, we're our own worst enemy. We just need to cut ourselves some slack.
I think so, girls. I think so. I'm going to ask a controversial question here.
Uh-oh.
Who's the best singer?
Oh, that makes me feel sick.
Okay, so I can answer this.
It's me.
I'm flawless.
We all have skills in different sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I asked Charlotte or Lauren to sing a top C, they wouldn't be able to do it. But if you asked me or Charlotte to sing a big old riff, we'd be awful. You know, I think we all offer something else. I don't think we can say someone's a better singer because we all have a different skill. We all have different voice sets.
And thank God, because that's why we kind of work. Like if we all sang like Lauren, it would be
Boring.
it wouldn't
It just
work.
wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. If we all sang like Holly, it'd be terrible. Same with me. Like there would just I think it works because actually vocally we're so different. But we've been together so long that we blend and, you know, we'll try to.
If everybody was the same, singing everything perfectly, you wouldn't be a girl band.
Everyone always asks us if we're sisters. If they don't know anything about us, but they hear us sing, they're like, "Are you guys sisters?" Because we don't look. I don't think we look anything like each other. But I think people
The cohesiveness
yes,
of you.
and
Yeah.
I think that does genuinely just come from having done it together for so long. Like when we work out a new arrangement for something, there's no like, right, and who should take the top line there? Like we slot
We
in.
know our
like,
lane. We all bring something that the other person wouldn't be able to bring. Yeah. But yeah,
And because
we're not going to have a sing off anytime soon.
No. And I do also think that a lot of that's come with like growing up together and with a bit of age as well. I think or at least I definitely found like I went through a long phase of wanting to sing like these guys. And actually it wasn't until I was like, actually what I do is good still. And I have my part in the band. And that's what makes us work. The minute I try and sing like you guys, it's like, what, like that's not working tone wise or like things, you know.
It's so funny as well. Occasionally on TikTok, people ask us, like if we're on a TikTok live, people will ask us to do one of our arrangements, but all swap parts. When I tell you, it sounds disgusting.
Train wreck.
It sounds so bad. Every single time we're like, yeah, let's give it a go. This will be funny. And we finish it and we're like, this wasn't funny.
I need a shower.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It sounds horrific.
Yeah, it's true.
We're good at sticking in our lane.
And that's another thing is we're so passionate about this idea that we don't have a lead singer.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of the time what a lot of men ask us, who's the lead singer, or who's going to go solo and things like that.
No, that's interesting. Why do you think men particularly ask
I don't know. I think that's what they think girl bands are.
Do you know what? So much of what happens to women in the music industry is that we will be told that we have to compete amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, even in a group of friends who have like, they'll still try it. They'll still try and get us to just pick each other's flaws or whatever. Like we've had people, men in the past kind of try and single one of us out and like.
Yeah.
Favoritism.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful.
It's so bad.
It's infuriating.
Yeah.
And it's also horrible for
The other two.
yeah, but it's horrible for everyone because it's like whoever's being kind of singled out immediately feels extremely uncomfortable, and whoever's being kind of left behind is like, hello, it's awful.
Yeah.
I don't know how you girls deal with that all the time because I find that even when you stand, say a good example actually is when you're bridesmaids with your friends. Lots of people get very uncomfortable about that because everyone's in the same dress and everyone's standing up together, in the same dress, and lots of people can really get in the head. The fact that you guys do that every day is like, not in the same dress, but you know what I mean. It's in like you're standing up there to be picked apart by the audience and pitted against each other. It takes a real strength from you girls. So. But you shouldn't have to deal with it.
But we've like we said, we are each other's priority, and we have the opinions that matter the most in this band. So we can take advice from whoever we want to take advice from, and leave the rest. You know.
Well done. Outfits. You girls always look on point. How do you like get all that together? Who like are you the stylist?
I'm trying. I love a mood board. And I love a colour scheme. We've started kind of getting a thing down where we all have an individual look. And we've built such a wardrobe now where we can go colours and we'll have a look for that. Yeah. We did a shoot yesterday and we kind of went a little bit more like, what's the word without saying the word?
Cutesy.
Like just a little bit more feminine, girly, a little bit more skin, because we've always been very reserved. Like we've always been
Powerful. You dress powerful to me.
Oh, thank you.
And in our video yesterday, we went sexy.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. We went sexy and we thought,
Whips, chains, what are we talking
Yeah, all of the above.
Just naked.
You're going to see it and be like,
you're going to see it like and be like, oh, bless them. That's not
I
sexy.
was in full trouser. Like there was no arse out.
You had a corset on.
yeah, you did.
We were wearing them. We were like, we're going to wear these in Nashville. So the outfits that we were wearing yesterday, we're wearing at CMA Fest. And we just feel like Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
That is all we want to feel like in life.
We literally said to our director of the video, we were like, please make us look like Sabrina Carpenter. I don't care what you have to do.
CGI the shit out of it.
Please make us look like tiny little blondes.
Tell me your ideal girls' night out.
We have to be well fed.
Yeah, eat first. Cocktails.
Cocktails, tequila shots, and music. And ideally, a chance where we can sing. Because we found in Nashville, we were going into bars and hearing people sing, and we were like, let us get up there. Like, this is pissing me off. Get me up there.
At Holly's Hen Do, we went to Mykonos and it was so much fun. But literally the first night out we're like on the bar.
We were like, DJ, play our tune.
Playing our songs and we're literally dancing on the bars. It was the best ever.
And that is when we sound like crap.
We're literally like,
But at the time, we think we sound fucking phenomenal. But when we look back at the videos the next morning, we're like, oh, Christ.
Do you girls annoy everyone when you're doing karaoke with friends?
We've never done karaoke.
You've never done karaoke. Right, girls.
I think it's one of those things though where you can't really win if you are genuinely like a singer for your career.
That's so embarrassing.
If you go to a karaoke bar and if you like kind of try, you look like a dickhead.
So embarrassing.
If you do the opposite and like pretend to be bad, you also look like a dickhead.
Yeah, it's a no-win
So
situation.
We're like, we want the band to get off stage so that we can do a set.
Yeah, okay.
Like full band set, we want to be up there. Do you remember?
good friends with you. Oh no, what?
In Nashville, look, this is where Lauren's confidence kills me off. She literally went up to the band member and was like, how much do we have to pay you for us to do a song? And he was like, $100. She was like, do we have $100? We wanted to get up there and sing Fat Bottom Girls. We just knew it would go down a treat.
Yeah.
If you got one upgraded ticket for a flight, let's say for the flight to Nashville next week, who's taking it?
Lauren. And at the moment, it's definitely Lauren. Like, way more than normal. No, you get the full treatment, babes. You get a spa treatment.
What do you want to see more of from the UK country scene? What do you think?
Remember Monday? Sorry.
It's true. We just want UK artists to be on posters.
Any kind of posters in particular.
Telephone boxes.
It's really cool, hopefully, to maybe start to see it slightly in the more mainstream zone, I guess. Like, and I think bigger artists that haven't always been so country leaning, that are dipping a toe, as we've said, that will be really helpful. But hopefully that will then broaden it to the actual kind of country artists in the UK, rather than kind of keeping it as like mainstream artists that are come into the genre. Do you know what I mean? Like, hopefully it will
help like the other artists step up more, like the country artists. It will help boost them alongside the people that are also singing country now.
Country music, we're not trying to be American. We're not trying to mimic, and we try our very hardest to sing in our own accent and tell our own stories, because we're aware, like, we went to Nashville and everyone's going, girls, you're not country, you're this pop country. Yeah, and we agree. We're not going, baby, lock them doors and turn. Like, we're not doing that. We're in our own lane. But if we want to start representing UK country, I just hope that UK country is actually represented, because there's a lot of country stuff happening in the UK at the moment. There's so much. But if you can just get some UK bands as your support, it doesn't matter who.
but we'll take it if anyone's offering.
But there's a ton of really great country acts from the UK at the moment. And yeah, it'll be great to see them on posters.
What are your biggest icks in men?
Oh, God. Charlotte, I know what yours is, and it's weird.
I've got a few that they're all very niche, very niche. What would you say was my first one?
I thought the one that you've said to me before is when people like crawl up the stairs.
Oh my God. Right.
With their hands and knees for contact. Mine is them waiting in the queue for a water slide. all excited, ready to get down there. Just get down there without causing a fuss. Okay?
I think just like men wanting to go on water slides in general.
It's awful. And then the worst is when they get in the water and their shorts blow up of water.
I feel like mine are more serious.
Because you're in a bit more of an emotional space. Like,
Probably just don't have an emotional affair, I'd say. Rather logic. No, actually, one that I did pick up from my last relationship.
oh God.
I hope he doesn't watch. Maybe I hope he does. Please don't sit me down and play your guitar and sing to me in my face.
Please don't do that to me either.
Yeah, or me.
Do you find you get like quite a lot of like admirers, like, you know, on the road and things like that? Like being single and being a singer, it feels like it would be glamorous.
No.
Girls, this has been absolutely amazing. Like, you are the vibe. The girls that get it, get it.
I've got no idea what we said.
I spoke about Joe Jonas for a healthy amount of time.